Origins 2025. We're here at Restoration Games talking to Beth about some massive stuff they have here at the booth.
Yeah, literally.
So we have battle monsters that they're demoing?
Battle monsters, yes. So we'll see if we can sneak in here. A few people are trying it out. So Battle Monsters is our restoration of Battle Masters. So it is originally a epic fantasy fighter game. The original board was so big it was a twister mat. You had to play on the floor. We were able to get the Monsterverse Titans into this, officially licensed. We wanted it to still be epic, but also fit on a table, so we made it just slightly smaller. This is a prototype that we're showing off. Our campaign just ended, but we do have late pledges open. So you are fighting as the Titans, trying to take out your opposing Titan.
Okay.
So this one that's on the table is King Ghidorah versus Godzilla. The game has two character box sets.
Okay.
So one is Ghidorah versus Godzilla, the other is Mecha Godzilla versus Kong, and then we also do have a Mothra. But what you see on the table is what you will get in a single 2-character box.
Okay.
It's a lot of content. And it is fully playable as a 1 to 4 player game on its own.
Okay.
But kind of like Unmatched, you can mix and match stuff.
Okay.
So if you get all of the boxes, you can mix and match to your heart's content. You can have Godzilla's faction play with King Kong as your Titan.
Okay.
Each Titan has a unique ability, each faction has a unique ability, and then the boards are going to be double-sided, so you'll have a total of 4 maps, which will also give you different ways to play, different things to avoid. Your troops are going to move around on the board. They're going to be collecting resources, a little bit of light area control. There's an enemy bunker you can take over, and if you can hunker down there, then you can help to evolve your Titan faster.
Okay.
You're going to gain energy. The energy is what your Titan needs to unleash really strong attacks. So our game is run by an initiative deck, so you flip over a card, it'll tell you if you're activating troops or Titans, and then you'll have 3 actions on your turn to allocate how you wish.
Okay.
You can move around, you can attack, you can energize. If you're doing troops, you can heal up a little bit or bring troops back to reinforce on the board. The resources will let you do things like fight troop versus Titan instead of the normal Titan versus Titan. It'll break the rules a little bit.
Okay.
It'll let you boost an attack, boost some movement, and you'll be able to stack those things as you want to do your own little strategy.
Okay.
And then as your Titan gets more energy, they can unleash stronger attacks. They're going to get rage, and as they get more enraged, they'll get rage cards, and that gives you a hand of things to manage that then can give you even more interesting things as you're going. So when you're attacking, a little bit of a light dice chucker. You're going to throw some attack dice. Opponent gets some defense dice. You take your highest value, compare those, plunk down health if there's any math that happens. But the dice don't have any zeros. They actually have a little slash mark on them, and that's what gives you rage, in addition to some of the destruction on the board, which also enrages you. But even if you're not hitting your opponent, you're probably at least still getting the rage, so something's still always happening.
Okay.
Which is pretty great. But some of the tokens or some of the abilities can let you re-roll things, so it's not purely luck of the dice. There is some mitigation that you can do.
Okay.
It's about 60 to 90 minutes. It's kind of, you want to have a battler, but you don't want to sit for a 6-hour war game.
Absolutely.
We got you covered. You know, it's approachable, but there's also some interesting levers in how you're choosing to use your troops, and you know, how much do you move around and try to avoid the other Titan versus just go all in for a battler.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then looks like we have some new stuff for Unmatched.
We do have some new stuff for Unmatched here, so I'll take us around.
Okay.
So this is our newest Unmatched set. This is Battle of Legends Volume 3. So this is non-IP characters. We have Loki, Pandora, Chupacabra, and Blackbeard. And these characters are very tricky, but so fun. So Pandora is interesting. Of course, her mythology, Pandora could not help but open her box. It is full of misery, but also hope. So Pandora has these little mini cards. It's her box. So she can kind of push her luck and pull things. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. Some of them have things like, let's see if I can find one. Yep, a feather. So she can push her luck, and I believe if she has 3 feathers, then bad things happen.
Okay.
But she can pull those, and they are things that will affect her turn. Some of them interact with her cards, and that allows her to do some fun things on the board. Chupacabra is all about the chomp, chomp, chomp. Just teeth for days. So Chupacabra is going to latch on, shake you up, and give you some damage. He's a bit more straightforward as a player, but let me see if I can find one of my favorite cards. Yeah, this one. Okay, so the more they struggle, the art is crazy. It's so good. So this one has a value of 0, but during combat, the value of this card is equal to twice the printed value of your opponent's card.
Oh, wow.
So if you can play this at the right time, whoo, is it a hit? So Shuba is really interesting. Blackbeard has sort of a ransom system. He has these doubloons that are in a treasure chest. He is able to use the doubloons to do some extra actions, but as he pays doubloons, they go into the treasure chest. As he is fighting you, he'll play some cards that will have text about doubloons. So like immediately cancel all effects on your opponent's card unless 2 doubloons. So then if there are doubloons in the treasure chest, your opponent can say, yeah, I don't want you canceling my card effect. I'll pay the 2 doubloons, so you take them out of the treasure chest, give them back to Blackbeard. But then that means that Blackbeard can spend them. So it's a little bit of an interesting push and pull of how much is this going to hurt me.
It gives your opponent something to do with your stuff, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So, you know, Blackbeard's able to do some extra stuff by having the doubloons, so you kind of want them in the treasure chest, but then if you don't pay and push them back, bad stuff will happen. So it's a really interesting choice of how you're handling things. And then Loki, of course, Loki is a trickster, so
yes.
Loki is tricky. Loki has some really interesting things. There are some cards that say Loki and not Loki.
Okay.
Loki's going to give cards to the opponent. Loki's gonna muck up their hand.
Wow.
So then they'll have a choice. You know, of course, you want your cards. You want to be able to play your cards. So you're not gonna want to have Loki's cards in your hand. So you might want to play them. But the thing is, some of them are bad. And then there's also some cards in Loki's hand here that has some things like add +3 to this card's value for each trick in your opponent's hand. So you want cards in your opponent's hand because they'll help you do better on your cards. And they don't want the cards, so they might have to choose, is it worth it that I get this out of my hand, but how much is it going to hurt me? Very tricky.
That's fantastic.
Yep, so they are real fun characters. I think the design team has crushed it, both in looks and gameplay. Really excited about that one. So that one is available right now in our website. And if you order direct from us, there's a free Ragnarok foil.
Okay.
So the other unmatched one we have is The Witcher. So this was our release right before Battle of Legends Volume 3. So there are 2 sets. There's Steel and Silver and Realms Fall. Steel and Silver has Geralt, Ciri, and the Leshen. And then Realms Fall has Yennefer and Triss, Aridin, and Philippa. And Yennefer and Triss are interesting because at the beginning of the game, you choose which one is the hero and which one is the sidekick.
Okay.
And they can swap. So maybe you have a favorite from the game or the show, and you're like, this is the one I want to be the hero. So each time you choose that, you'll pick. Geralt has gear, you know, he's got to be prepared, of course, for everything that is in the world and all the monsters. So at the beginning of the game, Geralt is able to choose from his gear set some weaponry, some scheming, some defense, and you put that into your deck. Okay. So a little bit of light customization each time if you want, maybe depending on who you're playing or just what you're feeling that day, you know? So yeah, that again, also everything is fully mixed and matchable. But yeah, this one's nice because, you know, if you like The Witcher, it feels very thematic, but also like some of them are just real cool heroes. The Leshen has some wolves he can summon, and, you know, kind of like the power of the forest, which is really cool. Ciri has stuff with like magic and the source, which is also pretty cool. So yeah, it's a good set.
Yeah, I love Unmatched. I love how crazy some of the matches we can get. Mm-hmm. So you can have like Geralt versus Deadpool.
100%. Yeah.
Or why not Yennefer versus a T-Rex?
Yeah, you want that? Great, have fun. Yeah, the other Unmatched set that we'll have that is coming, well, two actually. So we're going to have our next Unmatched Adventures coming out later this year. So that's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
So we had a great campaign for that last fall. It's coming out later this year.
I'm a backer.
Great, thank you. Yeah, that one's real cool. So it's the four turtles, of course, as our main heroes. And then Shredder and Krang are our two villains. And we heard the community. There are hero decks that you can get for them.
Okay.
So then you can play Shredder or Krang competitively as heroes, or even just have them in the cooperative if you want. Everything's mix and matchable. So those are going to be official hero decks that will be available.
Fantastic.
And then the last one we have for this year is the Bruce Lee Muhammad Ali set, which I know some people are very excited because they couldn't get Bruce. He was very popular. So we're bringing him back. It will be a new mini. I believe the deck is the same. So gameplay-wise, if you liked what he did before, he's going to do that still. But we'll have a new mini, and then Muhammad Ali is a totally new character.
And if you have the original Bruce Lee, you could have Bruce Lee versus Bruce Lee.
You know what? You could. Yeah, a little like mirror universe situation.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, so that'll also be out later this year.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking to us.
Of course.